Hey guys, what's up? This is your host, the J-Man, and first thing I want to say right off the bat is this is not a Brock Lesnar hate video. I do not hate Brock Lesnar. I've never been a fan of his, but I don't hate the guy, okay? I'm going to say some stuff in this video, some tough criticism about Brock Lesnar, especially regarding his most recent fight with Shane Crawin. Alright, I'm going to talk in depth and freely, openly, about exactly what I think of Brock Lesnar. Alright? Now, whether you like him or hate him, and I'll be the first to admit, this guy is extremely talented. He's a tremendous athlete. You know, his size does give him an advantage, but you gotta give it up. He's very strong, determined, hard-working, you betcha. And his skills are improving in mixed martial arts. Day by day, he's getting better. So I will say all of that. But on the other hand, this guy, his attitude is just a big problem. His attitude is so disrespectful, and I don't think he does it on purpose. It's just who he is, which is, I don't know, I guess that's worse than actually doing it on purpose, though. So what I mean to say is that he's just such an egomaniac. He's such a braggart. He really says stuff that sets people off, you know. In a way, it's good because it promotes the sport. It brings out controversy. It makes people want to see him get beat, and beat bad. And the UFC needs a villain, regardless of whether or not they admit it or the fans admit it. They need a villain. They had Tito Ortiz, and that was a great run and brought a lot of popularity. Now they have an even bigger, badder villain, Brock Lesnar. And yeah, it's bringing them huge pay-per-view numbers and ticket sales, and that's great. But Lesnar, the disrespect has got to stop. And the way he brags about himself so hardcore, it's a real turnoff for some fans. But hey, a lot of the stuff he says is, I'd say it's well deserved. He talks about himself a lot, but the things he says about himself, they ring true for the most part. The only thing that is too hardcore, is too much, is when he disrespects people. Like he disrespects Frank Mir, he disrespects Shane Crawin. When he fought Frank Mir and he beat him the second time, and he got up in his face, started yelling, screaming at him, spitting off at the mouth, and flipped off the audience. Just, that's way too much. You got to draw that back. I mean, that's incredible amount of disrespect, and it takes away from the sport. But anyway, I want to talk to you about Lesnar's most recent fight against Shane Crawin. Now, I said a lot in my other video about it, but what I really want to drive home is the fact that Lesnar got destroyed in that fight. He got his ass beat, okay? He was tore up, beat down, however you want to say it, alright? There's nothing to rejoice about here. There's nothing to celebrate. Lesnar fans, you shouldn't be very happy. And I don't want to see anyone going around bragging about Brock Lesnar because he got creamed in that fight, alright? He was lucky, really lucky to get that win. Because Shane Crawin made the big mistake. It was a foolish thing to do, but stand there and grapple with him when he should have backed off and wait for him to get back up so he could knock him out. Alright? Because the referee was Josh Rosenthal and not some other guy, he didn't stop the fight. The fight could have very easily been stopped while Crawin was pounding on him. And, you know, some people would have been upset and said that, oh, they stopped the fight way too early. But, you know, I'm not so sure about that. I'm glad he kept it going, but at the same time, some people would agree that that was enough to call Crawin the winner. Okay? And even if he wasn't called the winner at that exact moment, the fight could have just been stood up again, and there's hardly any doubt in my mind that Crawin would have finished him off with more punches. Well, anyway, Lesnar should be very humbled right now. Okay? He has no room to brag. I mean, that submission was nice, but it was kind of a desperate attempt. It was really his only chance to beat Crawin was to get him down when he was tired. Crawin was completely worn out. And kudos to Brock Lesnar for doing that, but still, he was destroyed in the stand-up. I mean, he got pounded, and it was ugly. So I just want to drive home that fact that all you Lesnar fans, or anyone who wants to celebrate this victory for Brock Lesnar, take a step back and really think about it. Did he actually win that fight? If that was a street fight, could you go around town and say, oh yeah, Lesnar was beat up Shane Carwin? No way. No way. Alright? Yes, I agree. It wasn't a street fight, and there are no rules in a street fight, but I'm trying to show you my side of things, that Lesnar is not as good as everybody thinks he is. Not everyone, but his fans. He's not as good as his fans think he is. Right? He has a tough jaw, yes, but the guy got destroyed in the stand-up. End of the story.